Welcome, YouTube, to the channel. Like I told y'all, we're switching gears. We're going to be covering all things entrepreneurship. And in the next month and a half, we're going to be covering a lot of different things about credit. And if you're new to the channel and you're watching this video based off it made your newsfeed, do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel and share this video out with 2 to 3 people that you know for a fact that need to work on their credit. My name is Antoine Campbell. I've been a business consultant probably since 2012, helping people take their business to the next level. I've been personally helping people with their credit probably since 2013, 14, when I really learned about it. This is well before the Instagram rush, the Facebook rush, the TikTok rush, the YouTube rush. This is literally me understanding how to prepare dispute letters and send it off to the credit bureaus and getting stuff to lead it off my credit. What happened was I graduated high school, got a job, and then my friend at the time introduced me to a company that was supposed to be like a career institute that's going to help you make $100K a year by doing something in tech. I signed up for that, told them like 2 weeks into it, I don't want to do it. And the finance company told me there was a way that since they haven't got all the way reimbursed, that they was going to send back the money. That never happened. That the company pocketed the money, lied and said I still was in attendance. Long story short, they put it on my credit. So it took me like 6 months to a year to figure out how to get it off. I finally got majority of it off, except for the Sally Mae. But as I became advanced in it, that's when I got the Sally Mae and all that stuff off. But long story short, the reason why I'm saying this is because knowledge is such a powerful thing. Now, usually I don't even advertise this, but you know, we see so many people that's trying to get their credit right, trying to get everything going. We're going to open it back up to the public, but there's some myths that a lot of people think that's true, and I want to dive deep into it, right? And one of the first one is because people think that just because you got a high credit score, like a 700, 720, 680, that you're automatically going to get approved for everything you apply for. And that's simply not true. One of the things I had to learn was how to read a credit profile and understand mixed use accounts, understand utilization, understand the credit history, understand the limited credit history, to really understand what does credit worthiness mean to an underwriter, to a credit card company, to an installment loan company, and how do they make that assessment and give credit. So, you know, the easiest thing to do is look at your credit and ask yourself, do I have any derogatories? Do I have any late payments? If that's the case, then you need to go to credit repair. Then, okay, do I have at least 7 to 10 open accounts reporting? That's revolving and installment loans and a combination of the both of the two. And if that's not the case, then you need to open that up. And we're going to do a whole nother video on credit builder accounts. And then once you figure that out, then you got to say, do I have at least 7 to 10 years of history, positive history on my credit being reported? And if that's still not the case, then you're going to turn that up and you're going to really open up the turbo and accelerate things by adding what we call authorized users to your credit. A lot of people think they can just add authorized users to a bad report. And the problem is, you got to wipe these reports clean to clean everything off the report. So one of the biggest things I tell people is when you wipe your report clean, then you start adding positive stuff to your report. And then in the process, don't add anything else to your report. Like, don't keep not paying your bills on time. Don't keep not paying a minimum payment on your credit card. All of that good stuff. So number two, people think that, oh, if I keep my utilization at 30%, then I'm good to go and I got my credit gonna be good. I'm gonna build my credit. The truth behind it is most underwriters frown at a utilization over 10%, right? Ideally, you want to keep your utilization as low as possible, and you want to keep your utilization probably between 1% and 6%, meaning that whatever you charge on your card, you want to pay it off in its entirety before the statement date. Now, you have 2 dates on your credit report that most people are not aware of. You have your due date and then your statement date. Your due date it's the day your credit card due, and then your statement date is the day that they actually send your what's currently on your credit to the data furnishers, to all the different Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, that type of thing. Now, the issue is a lot of people think that, oh, I paid my credit card exactly on my statement date, and my credit drop, my credit score drop, all this stuff. And the issue is you got to figure out, each bank is different. You got to figure out their processing times. Some banks, if you make the payment, they will honor the payment and make that credit available to you, and that reflect the actual activities of your account. Other banks and other institutions will want to wait 2, 3, 4, sometimes days or possibly up to a week for that payment to clear before they credit you that payment to your account. So the rule of thumb is if your statement, if your due date is due one day, pay your balance in full at least 3 days before your due date. So that way you know for a fact it's clear. And don't you touch that credit card until 2 days after your statement date. So you know for a fact that it's been reported as that, and then you can do it all over again. Make sure that you're balancing, make sure that you know to put the money back, because that will literally hurt your score. Number 3 is paying your credit card on a due date. I basically went over this, but I'm gonna go over it again. Paying your credit card on a due date will help your credit. And like I said, paying your credit card on a due date will literally make your score prominent, because most credit card companies is going to report and send that data to the data furnishers what's currently going on in your account. Even if you made a payment, if that payment has been cleared and has been reflected on their account, then they're just going to send that information off, even if they know they got a payment. That's just the way it works. So be careful about that. Call your bank, ask them, hey, what is the process when I make a payment? When you get your statement, write it down, add it to your phone as a reminder. You know what I mean? Like as soon as you get your statement, add it to your phone and say, hey, this is due by whatever. If you know you can't pay your card back in full every month, don't charge anything on it. There are other ways that you can use money if you need it, and we'll create a whole other video where you can use fintech companies that give you like advances, payday advances, self-employed loans, all of that type of stuff, where they check your bank statement and they do a soft pull and they give you the money based on using something called a plan. And we'll get into how to make sure you keep your average daily balance up to par and keep a good checking account or a good business account up to par in another video. So that way you can, take care of expenses or things you need to take care of without having to utilize your credit card. Then number 4, copy and paste dispute letters. People think that that's the answer. Like you go onto someone's website and they got like copy and paste templates for sale, whether it's through Etsy, whether you're buying it from somebody on Fiverr, whether you're buying it from an influencer on Instagram that's in a bio. I'm here to tell you, like, them letters do not work. The reason why dispute letters work is because you're disputing information regarding the file on your report, and you're asking the data furnishers to correct it, fix it, or remove it. Now, you have the law, the FCRA is on your side. Federal Credit Reporting Act is on your side. Study that law, understand different components of the law where you can create these different dispute letters to the point that you're using factual law as your friend to get things removed. And then the last one, people say cash is king. And I'm here to tell you, all my life, majority of my life, I paid cash for majority of everything. I only have 2 car notes in my life out of like 45, 50 cars I own over since I was 16. And it didn't help my credit, not paying cash for a car. It didn't help my credit, renting apartments for years and not getting a house, all that stuff. And sometimes you make decisions based on, how would you want for your lifestyle, but you got to understand, if you're in America and you're using a debit card, you're reckless. If you're in America and you're using a debit card, you're reckless, meaning that that money is not protected. So if you go out of the country and you swipe your debit card, if you go to someone else's state, like at a gas station, and you swipe your credit card at a gas pump or 7-Eleven, they starting to get bold. They even putting this in 7-Elevens, um, these uh, these little strip readers inside of 7-Elevens, where they're skimming. It's called skimmers. Where they're skimming your information and then selling it to the dark web. Well, they even themselves keeping the information, or they selling it to the dark web, either or. And the issue with that is, if you got $40,000 in your checking account, it's not covered. Meaning that, my personal opinion, if you got a checking account, it shouldn't be no debit card. If you got a checking account with a substantial amount of money, it shouldn't be no debit card linked to it. Then if you got a checking account with a substantial amount of money, you should have like a two-code authentication, and then you should have another code that's a timer synced to your phone. And you should have a backup email, and you should let the banks know that under no circumstances you want to initiate wires. You only want to do in-person wires with your ID. And they'll put all that in your file to protect you, because what happens if someone take your money, there's a chance you might not get it back. So you got to be very careful. Um, and that's the biggest thing most people understand about credit. All these different myths and different things that people think that it's all right, it's actually wrong. So hopefully this information help you. Continue to follow me. Follow me on Instagram at CEO929. Follow me on TikTok. I don't know my TikTok. Just Google Antoine Campbell TikTok. It'll pop up. Follow me here on YouTube. Click the like and subscribe, and share this video with 3 to 5 people you know, like, and love. We got more videos coming. We bringing the heat. It's your boy Antoine Campbell, and we have links in the comments where you can, if you want to, see about how to get stuff off your credit. If you are struggling with your credit, we'll do a consultation and figure out what we can do to help you. It's your boy Antoine Campbell. We'll talk to you soon.